Hi, I'm Kenyon Ajvini Gatlin, and I am the Assistant Director to the 800-hour yoga therapy program here at the Amrit Yoga Institute. And I've created a little PowerPoint, or maybe not so little, PowerPoint video for you that will go over the main aspects of our program as well as some logistical things around applying and enrollment. So the core principle of our 800 program is working with energy. Energy is the innate healer within each one of us. And so each module of our 800 program is kind of like a facet of a diamond. A diamond has many facets, and our program has multiple modules, like a facet, that teach you and give you the experience of understanding energy, listening to energy, and working with energy so that you can help your client access the innate energetic healer within each person. And each module is interwoven with the other modules so that by the end of the program, you have a very comprehensive base to work with, a comprehensive skill set of the various ways to work with and access energy depending on what your client needs. It's also a very holistic model so that you see the person in their entirety rather than trying to fix a symptom or see them as broken and fix an aspect of your client. You see them as a whole person, and you're using energy to help them see themselves as a whole person, returning them to wholeness, and that is what heals. So it's an energetic-based program. So anyways, we'll be going into the PowerPoint now and going over the logistics. So here we go with the PowerPoint. Okay. So this first slide that you're looking at is our cover slide. And we are accredited through the International Association of Yoga Therapy. So we are an accredited program through that organization, which is internationally recognized, so not just recognized in the United States, multiple countries. So here, this next slide is an overview of what we will be going over. So we'll be going over the prerequisites that are required before you can even apply to the program. Don't worry, there's just a few. And then an overview of our program, which will also include some slides on our specific training modules. Some of them are on-site, some of them are off-site, meaning over the internet, online. We have a recommended order for our modules. I'll be talking about a bridge program that we have called the Posture of Consciousness Intensive. We'll be going over the practicums required for this course, just an overview, so not in great detail, but it'll give you a sense. We'll be going over how you can transfer modules that you have taken in the past with us, how you apply. We'll be going over what you do after you're certified with us, just a little bit about our institute, and then also my contact information if you have further questions. All right, so prerequisites. So before you can apply to our training, you need to be already a certified yoga teacher with a 200-hour recognized certification. Plus, you need to have 1 year of practice and teaching experience. So if you meet those requirements, then you are eligible to apply for our program. And now if your 200-hour teacher training certification was with a different modality or organization than the Amrit method, then we do require you to take what's called a Posture of Consciousness Intensive. It's a bridge program that's done online. It takes about a month to complete, and you have up to 2 months. And I will be talking more of that later on in this video, just to give you a taste of what's coming. All right, so here's the overview of our 800-hour program. So you will be learning specific sequences that you can also adjust for different protocols for different conditions. So different sequences for a variety of different conditions. You will learn how to work with private clients as well as working with groups, so like a group yoga therapy class. You'll be learning a variety of facilitation techniques. You'll be getting hands-on supervised experience and practice. You will be getting a strong foundation in energy and also in the basics of anatomy, and specifically for yoga therapy. And you will be getting profound teachings on yogic philosophy, psychology, also including the development of the self-image. You'll be learning about the yogic perspective on the developmental journey to source. So it is a spiritual practice that we have here with all of our programs at the Amrit Yoga Institute. You will be understanding how to free energy to maximize its healing potential. You'll be understanding about the breath and role in psychological resistance and how to get around that resistance through our breath therapy training. You will also be getting a unique understanding into Yoga Nidra and the card system that we use to create Yoga Nidras for rebalancing the nervous system. You'll also be getting some modules on Ayurveda and how its principles rebalance your body and create optimal healing. And you will also be gaining some anatomy experience and also assessment tools for working with clients. So altogether, with all 10 modules, you will have a very well-rounded, holistic base and skill set to be working from. So program completion requirements, you do need to attend all 10 modules and receive a certificate of completion for each module. And then upon successful completion of your final practicum after all the modules, then you'll be provided an official 800-hour I Am Yoga Therapy Professional Training Certificate. And then you will be applying for your membership into the IAYT organization. All right, training modules. So again, I've already mentioned the prerequisite. Then once you apply, our first module is the I Am Yoga Nidra. And these modules that are in red, they're offered at SWIHA, which is the Southwest Institute of Healing Arts in Phoenix, Arizona. So we do have quite a few students that are part of that program, so that's why we have that here. So those modules in red are also transferred into our program here. So Yoga Nidra, Yoga Therapy. Module 3 is Integral Breath Therapy. Module 4 is the Yoga Nidra Advanced Training. So those in red are again offered at SWIHA. And then Module 5 is our Advanced Yoga Training that we call Meditation and Motion. And then we also have Anatomy and Physiology module, Applied Psychology, Principles of Ayurveda, General Assessment. Those are in green because those are online modules that you do at home or in your own community. Putting it all together is Module 9, and again, that one and Module 5 are in black because those are only offered right now at the Amrit Yoga Institute. So you will need to come here at the Amrit Yoga Institute to complete those 2 modules that are in black. And then the final module is your practicum, which is a 160-hour practicum. So that is done after everything else is complete, and you'll do that in your community. It'll probably take you several to 6 months to do that practicum. Okay, so that's the color coding method behind that slide that describes the modules. That is the recommended order for those modules. So if you go to the next slide under recommended order, When it's possible, if it works for your schedule, you'll take those modules in that order, 1 through 10. However, that might not necessarily be practical with your schedule and with the scheduling that the programs are offered. So it is fine to go out of order, and I'll explain how that would work in a minute. So the first 5 modules are on site. So they're live trainings. You can either take them here at the Amrit Yoga Institute. We do offer them on the road in various places, in addition to Phoenix, Arizona at SWIHA. Modules 6, 7, and 8 are the online courses. The module 7, which is the Ayurveda module, is a prerequisite, so you would have to take that first before you take the applied anatomy portion of module 6. And then it's best to complete modules 1 through 8 before going on to module 9, putting it all together. However, you can take module 9 after you take modules 1 through 5. So you have to take modules 1 through 5, and then you can jump to module 9 if you want. The recommended order is to take modules 1 through 8 before going to module 9. And then you have your practicum, which is module 10, and that cannot be started until after all the other modules are completed. As far as the order goes, the only other prerequisite before you can take advanced Yoga Nidra module, you have to have already taken the Yoga Nidra module. So Yoga Nidra before advanced Yoga Nidra. All right, so that pretty much explains the recommended order, and you have this slide to look at to review. So now the posture of consciousness intensive. This is only for people that did not receive their 200-hour teacher training from the Amrit Yoga Institute or from the Amrit method. So if you have your 200 prerequisite from a different school, then you will need to take this online course, POCI. And this course needs to be completed before you can take our advanced yoga training meditation and motion module. And I provided a link to the course. It does cost $300 as of 2020, and it is a mentored course, so you'll do this online at your home, but you will have a live mentor working with you throughout the course. It takes about a month to complete this course. You have up to 2 months to complete it. And if you already have your certification through the Amrit Yoga Institute, you can ignore this slide and you can ignore everything I said about it. All right, practicums. So for each module, there are practicums that you will need to complete. These practicums are completed in your own communities. So the Yoga Nidra module, you will have 8 individual private sessions to complete. For yoga therapy, there's 2 practicums. For that one, you'll have 8 individual sessions with 4 to 8 different people. And then you will have a case study where you will do private sessions with 1 person, and you'll be giving them 8 private sessions. For integral breath therapy, you will have a case study working with 1 person multiple times. You will also have individual sessions working with a variety of people. You will have 4 one-hour live supervision calls that are done on Zoom, and they're all recorded. And for that's it for the integral breath module as far as practicums go. For the advanced Yoga Nidra module, you will have 1 case study working with 1 person, seeing them 8 times. And then you will also have, for the second part of that practicum, you'll have 3 specific conditions that you will do 3 yoga nidras for those conditions. And those will be recorded, and then you will send your recording in to your mentor. And it'll be just the nidra that's recorded, not the entire private session. And then for meditation and motion, or advanced yoga, meditation and motion, for that practicum, you will be leading 4 group classes. Anatomy, physiology, and psychology, you'll be providing a report on which components of the I Am Yoga Therapy method that you would use and why you chose those for the different physical and mental conditions of your clients. Principles of Ayurveda module, that practicum, you will be assessing the client's constitution, which you will learn about what that means when you take the module, and then which components that you would use and why. For general assessment, you will be providing a detailed written report on which components of yoga therapy that you would use and why for each of the presented case histories. And then you'll have your putting it all together module. That practicum is creating and teaching 6 group yoga therapy sessions, 2 of which are 3-class series with a focus on one of several conditions. And then each student will be presenting a 15-minute overview of their series. And then finally, you have an independent practicum where you combine everything together. That will be video recorded of 5 independent group therapy sessions, an assessment form and detailed treatment plan for 10 case histories, 5 case studies, 8 sessions per client, and then a 40-minute presentation of one of your cases. So don't expect you to remember all this, and I know it's overwhelming to hear all of this at once. It's just to give you an overview of what to expect. You'll just be doing these one at a time, and once you're enrolled, you will be getting detailed information on these practicums, which will explain exactly what we're looking for and what's needed. You also do have access to me and other mentors throughout the program, so as questions come up, you can ask those. So try not to get too overwhelmed, is basically what I'm saying. All right, transferring past modules. So some of you have taken some of our trainings and are interested in taking this 800 program, and you will want to be transferring your past modules into the 800 program. So this slide is all about that. We do not accept transfer credits for any other programs that are not on this slide. So we do accept the Yoga Nidra professional training. We also accept the yoga therapy body psychology training, integral breath therapy immersion trainings, part 1 and 2 we accept. We accept the Yoga Nidra advanced training, I Am Yoga advanced training meditation and motion. We accept that one. For anatomy and physiology, we will accept 32 hours of the 67 that are eligible for transfer. So if you've taken anatomy and physiology from an accredited college somewhere, you can transfer those hours in. You will still have to take parts of that module, but you will not have to take 32 hours of that module. So transfer credit is not guaranteed. It is based on your continued use and experience with the modality. So basically that means when you apply, you're going to have to, there'll be an area for you to let us know how you've been using your training in that module. And then we will determine if you seem like you've been using it and are proficient in it, and then you can transfer your credit in at that time. If it's not transferred in, you will need to retake the module at 50% off the tuition. Let's see. Anyone granted transfer credit will still need to make up any material that was added or changed, and basically that's your practicums. So you will still have to go back and do the practicum for each module, even for those that you've taken a few years ago. You will go back and do the practicum for that. Let's see. I think that's it on that slide. So some more information about transferring past modules. All of these modules need to be taken no later than 2013. So for example, if you have had yoga therapy, body psychology training in 2012, that will not transfer over. You will need to retake that module at 50% off. If you've taken that module in 2013 or later, then it is eligible for transfer. There is one exception, and that is the Yoga Nidra Professional Training. That is the only module that is eligible for transfer prior to 2013. So if you took Yoga Nidra in 2011, you can still apply to transfer it in. There'll be some extra documentation involved. We will want you to document a total of 100 hours of practice and experience of teaching. No more than 50 hours are to be from your personal practice or continuing education in I Am Yoga Nidra. Those 50 hours may include advanced yoga nidra training, I Am Yoga Nidra weekends, workshops, or retreats. The remaining 50 hours need to reflect facilitation in group settings. So that could be teaching private individual sessions, it could be yoga nidra classes, it could be teaching yoga nidra workshops. So that is the requirement for anyone wanting to transfer yoga nidra prior to 2013. All right, on to another topic, training length. You have 2 to 4 years to complete the 800-hour yoga therapy program from the date of enrollment. So you cannot do it in less than 2 years. That's not possible. And you have up to 4 years. And then if you come to the 4 years and you're like, oh my God, I'm not going to finish in time, you can apply for an extension. We will not grant more than 2 extensions. You can apply for an extension twice, but hopefully most of you will probably complete it in 4 years. So grading and academic performance, it is based on pass-fail, and it'll be clear what the competencies are. 70% of the IAYT competencies must be demonstrated for a passing grade. And of course, our program is built, you just do the program and that'll pretty much happen. You will pass. Leave of absence or extension of completed requests. I think this is what I've already got ahead of myself. I already told you about that. That's extensions. When you apply, there is a $400 application fee. $350 can be refunded if you are denied. It will be held as a credit for 3 years if canceled. So that means $350 will be refunded to you if you're denied. And if you cancel, then the $350 will be held as a credit, and the $50 is just a processing fee. So 10% off of programs in addition to early bird rates. So once you're enrolled in the program, you will get 10% off of tuition. All right, so the cost, more about the cost of the training. So I already mentioned about the $400 application fee. So the total cost of the program as of 2020 is $15,624. So this includes your application fee. It includes all the discounts, the early bird discounts, the additional 10% discount. It also includes your meals and dorm accommodations at AYI. So this price is for taking the program at AYI. These discounts do not count for other locations. You do not need to pay this entire amount ahead of time. So you only pay as you enroll in each module. So it's a pay-as-you-go program. And then whatever modules you transfer into, you've already paid them when you originally took the module, so you don't need to pay for those modules again. And then your 10% off, I've mentioned, is in addition to the early bird rates. And then there's 10% off. It only applies to programs taken at AYI. Let's see. So for the application to enroll, I've included the link down here at the bottom of this slide. So this link you could copy and paste into your browser, and that will take you to our application for enrollment. You're almost done. I think there's only 3 slides left. After certification. So what happens once you're certified? Once you're certified, you'll need to go to the IAYT website and become a member. And then you will need to fulfill their continuing education requirements through the International Association of Yoga Therapy. So that is every 3 years, you will need to submit at least 24 hours of approved continuing education training. And I've included the link at the bottom of the slide for IAYT that takes you to their membership and renewal page, and that will walk you through becoming a member and how to maintain your membership with IAYT. All right, just a little bit about the Amrit Yoga Institute. We have some, you can see with these pictures that we're a beautiful location out here in the middle of Ocala National Forest on this lake, so you can go swimming here. We also have a nearby springs. It's about a 5-minute drive. So you're immersed in nature and beauty when you come here to the Amrit Yoga Institute. Because we're in the middle of a national forest, it is a bit of a drive to get into our institute. So when you fly in, you can fly into Orlando, Jacksonville, or Tampa. All of those airports are about a 2-hour drive. Tampa's probably like a solid 2 hours. Orlando and Jacksonville are more like an hour and 45 minutes. If you know how to get here and traffic's really flowing, you maybe can get here in an hour and a half. That's kind of pushing it. You can call our office for more information about the Institute. You can also check out our website for general information as well. We do have, there are shuttle services that we can recommend to you that will take you from the airport into the Institute if you need that. As of now, I think they're around $160 one way. A lot of people will just rent a car, and we do have a Facebook page and some ways to set you up with rideshare. As people come in for the module, they split the cost of the shuttles, or someone will rent a car and everyone will split that cost, or anyways, there's some variety of ways you can get here, and we'll hook you up with that information when it comes to it. All right, contact information. So that is my picture right there, so you can see what I look like in case you forgot from the beginning of this video. And let's see, so here's the more information is the Amrit Yoga website, and that specifically takes you to our yoga therapy page. And then I also have the general website, and then for email, that's my personal email with the Institute, so you can email me directly if you have more questions. Feel free to contact me. So thank you for staying with me to the end of this PowerPoint, and hopefully you found it helpful in answering any questions you had, or maybe it created some new questions for you, in which case now you know how to get a hold of me. So I hope to see you at the Amrit Yoga Institute, and hopefully you now know a little bit better if this program is right for you. So take care, and I hope to see you soon or hear from you soon.